Do that again? I was delivering my pizza, and what were you saying?
Get out of here.
Why?
This is private property and you're trespassing!
Yeah.
No, stay there. Huh? Stay there. Yeah. Sit down. You do not ski into the back of people. Can I see your pass, please?
I'm the first one to hear I was shooting! You endangered me! You endangered me!
The Karens are out of control. Some of them want to stand out in traffic and attack buses on the street. Others think it's okay to walk out on their bill when they go out to eat.
Can you go, ma'am, please?
Give me my keys that have my name on them.
And some of the worst of them will yell racist obscenities at strangers in a restaurant. Coming in at number 10, we have traffic cop Karen. What motivates a Karen? Why do they do what they do? It's hard to say. Most of the time they look like everyday ordinary people, and then they do the most insane stuff you've ever seen. This Karen was blocking a bus from driving. Why? I don't think we will ever know. She's demanding that everyone gets off the bus. No one wants to listen to her, so she decides to transform into attack mode.
Oh my God!
I don't know if you guys saw that, but she pulled a classic Karen tactic. That is to do something horrible and then start crying so people feel sorry for you. You need to make yourself feel like the victim. But even though she started crying like something tragic happened to her, it doesn't get anyone off the bus. The best part is when she runs away at the end of the video, because I think it sinks in that she's a Karen and no one's on her side. So she wants to get out of there before she has to pay for that window. And guys, remember, I would love it if you could like, comment, subscribe, and hit the little notification bell. And if any of you at home want some more top 10 content, you should check us out on Instagram and Facebook. And now let's move on to number 9. Coming in at number 9, we have Karen hates photos. There's this weird thing with Karens. They just like to get mad at things that don't matter and that don't involve them. And then most of the time it's something that's not hurting anyone.
I want the camera! Who gave you permission?
Like in the next clip, we have some people who are just taking photos. That's it. The pictures that they're taking aren't rude or suggestive. It's literally just some normal pictures, and they're using a white building as a backdrop. Well, for some reason, Karen comes in and starts doing this.
I have never been here in my life.
That's a lie! No, give me the film and the camera! I've had it with you photographers! If you're a photographer, give me the card! Give me your card!
First of all, you don't have to talk to people like that ever. There's no way that someone's going to be eager to listen to you when you start screaming at them like that. On top of this, who are these pictures hurting?
I want the film! I want the camera!
What did we do wrong?
You're 1, trespassing! 2, illegal photographs! 3, you're not allowed!
There are way more important injustices in the world that you could fix other than a couple of kids taking pictures in a place where you don't want them to. And I love how she starts demanding for the film. Like, dude, everything's digital now, there will be no film. On top of this, you're not a cop, so you can't demand that people hand things over to you. They are not going to give you their property. The only people who have the right to take your property are the police and the world hot dog eating champion, Joey Chestnut. Coming in number 8, we have Karen protects her temperature. It's crazy what people will fight for. Like, if you were to look at what's happening with the food that you eat, you would be appalled, but most people don't bat an eye or care to look at it. But this Karen in her next video wants to stand up from someone taking her temperature. I don't know what she thinks someone's going to be doing with this information, but let's take a look at this clip.
You're not filling out the forms or letting us take your temperature. It's about protecting our
You
staff
can't take my
and
temperature.
everybody.
That's against the law.
Alright, well, I can't.
You're not an MD.
We're not
okay?
allowed to.
I don't know what she thinks people are going to do with her temperature. They're just going to put her temperature in a database and then they're all going to talk about how she has a normal temperature. What an evil thing to do. She probably has a smartphone in her bag that is listening to all her information and reporting it back to Mark Zuckerberg, Tim Cook, and Jeff Bezos. But that's not what she's worried about. She thinks the evil dentist people are going to use her temperature for nefarious purposes. Coming in at number 7, we have Karen stomps out the fun. This is a common thing with Karens. They think you're not supposed to do something, what you're doing isn't hurting anyone or against the law, but they ruin it for you for no reason really, just because it doesn't fit into the rule book of what is allowed in the world.
So recently, me and my mates made a den, and this chair wasn't knocked over, and this tarp was actually over the sofa. So after that, some Karens made a Facebook group chat saying,
so this kid made a cool hangout spot for him and his buddies. You want kids to stay out of trouble, and these kids found something constructive to do. Later in the video, he even says that they cleared it with the police, who said it was fine as long as they cleared out at the end of the summer. He told this to the Karens, but that doesn't matter because Karens make their own law. So they came and did this.
which was really annoying because now we've got nowhere to like chill. And even though that they're saying that we're damaging the environment, they've done this with a tractor. So, what?
They just wanted a place to hang out and they were being responsible. But Karens just don't like things that don't conform to the reality, so they destroy everything outside of it. Well, thankfully, the Karen movement has started to properly shame them. Coming in at number 6, we have Dine and Dash Karen. You have to be so entitled and up your own butthole to think you can walk into a restaurant, get a meal, and leave without paying. If you try and pull something like this, you are legit scum. Don't go out and eat if you can't pay for it. And if the service is bad, that's what the tip is about. You don't get to walk out on your bill. Don't be cheap. It's ugly.
Because why do we have to even deal with this?
Look how much food you guys got.
Order so much and you're gonna leave without paying?
Look at how much we left.
Without paying?
You still ordered it.
I like how our excuses start with, we didn't even eat all of it. Like they can just scrape what's on the table off and serve it to someone else. Oh, did you make a mistake? Did you order too much food? And you think that's someone else's responsibility to pay for your mistake? Get out of here.
They still cooked your
Still left
food.
without paying. You still left without paying.
You came.
I really love the people filming, because the people being filmed deserve to be shamed for this. There is no excuse for this. Sometimes the service is bad, but outside of your food actually being dangerous, like there's a bug in it or there's glass in your salad or something, you don't get to walk out without paying. Coming in at number 5, we have Tow Truck Karen. I don't know what the thought process is with some of these people. When I see a Karen, I legit see someone who has never stopped being a kid, and not in a good way. They lost the fun, loving, carefree aspects of being a kid, and they held on to all the entitlement and temper tantrums. In this next video, we have a car that is illegally parked, so it's getting towed. It's a very simple system. Well, this lady has decided that she will scream until she gets her way. The guy filming the video doesn't even know if it's her car because she won't answer any of his questions. Maybe if she talked to him like a human being and said something like, I'm very sorry that I parked here, I'll move my car, I really can't afford the towing fees, then he might say, you know what, I'll lower your car, I understand. But she resorted to screaming at the top of her lungs. Coming in at number 4, we have Karen thinks she can go where she wants. It's no surprise that there is a Karen walking around the world who thinks that she can take the law and twist it to her own benefit. I mean, a misinformed person who lies about their rights is basically the definition of a Karen. We have a lady who's walking onto a guy's property to take pictures because she doesn't like the plants on his property. She says they're overgrown. There's literally nothing wrong with any of the plants, and even if there was, you can't make him do anything with them. You should just worry about yourself a little bit more. But she comes up with this for this dude.
You need to leave.
Don't push me to the side of the road.
I'm not touching you. My hand's right here.
I have my rights to be on your property to take pictures.
No,
because
you can
I
be
know
on
the
the
HOA.
road.
I know the HOA.
You can be on the road, but
I
not
know
on
the
my
HOA.
property.
I love how she makes up a new law that she's allowed to come onto someone's property to take pictures. I don't know where you heard that, but I'm pretty sure you just came up with that on the spot. Coming in at number 3, we have Boston Karen needs an apology. Now there are two sides to this coin. This dude spilled something on this Karen at a Boston Bruins game.
First it's in my hair, then it's on my clothes, it's on my boyfriend's shirt. You're gonna sit here like a pussy.
Now it's a hockey game, so things are gonna happen. Now this dude is in the wrong for spilling something, but then he does apologize, and there's nothing more he can do. But the Karen doesn't like the apology. She wants him to stand up and apologize. Why? Who knows? It looks like this.
Stand up and apologize to the fans. I'm sorry, what?
Come on, man.
I couldn't hear you.
Once something happens to you, eventually you gotta let it go. Like, how long are you going to let this guy spilling something on you unintentionally make you mad? Coming in at number 2, we have Michael Lofthouse is a racist. Kevin's and Karens go hand in hand. Some of you may remember this. An Asian couple was sitting at a restaurant enjoying their dinner, and then Michael Lofthouse started yelling a racist rant at them out of nowhere. It was completely unprovoked, and it looked like this.
Fucking, you need to leave.
Oh, you need
You
to
do not talk
No,
about
you
us
need
like
to
that.
leave.
What's wrong
You need to leave.
Asian piece of shit.
Oh my god.
This is horrible to watch. The fact that there are people out there still like this, you can't even sit down and enjoy a meal without someone shouting something horrible at you. Well, thankfully, Michael Lofthouse's face was plastered all over the internet. It was revealed that he was the CEO of a tech company and he lost his job. And I'm pretty sure he had to shut down all of his social media from the wave of hate that flooded his life. So justice, in a way, was served. We could still probably get more on this guy. And coming in at the #1 spot, we have Kevin and Karen deface BLM. Here's what I don't understand about people who are against the Black Lives Matter movement. No one said Black lives are more important. They're just saying that they matter, that they shouldn't be treated worse than the rest of the people in America by the police and a lot of other groups, as they are. So the Black Lives Matter movement is just trying to create equality for black people. But then you have people like this.
Yeah, no, nobody agrees with that.
Did you
I
know?
don't agree with that either.
For $20?
That was wrong.
Earlier in the clip, you hear him say that you shouldn't resist arrest, to which the woman responds, George Floyd wasn't resisting arrest, to which he responds, no one agreed with that, saying that he doesn't think that what happened to George Floyd was justice. So then why don't you get it? George Floyd wasn't an isolated incident. You think Colin Kaepernick was kneeling during football games because this happened one time? You think we have the I have a dream speech because this happened one time? You think the Black Lives Matter movement got started because this happened one time? Like, come on, man. See all the pieces in front of you. Alright guys, that has been our list. Thank you all so much for tuning in. As always, I'd love it if you could like, comment, subscribe, and hit the little notification bell. Until next time, I have been your host, Jay Durana, and keep watching out for those Karens, man. They're bad. The only people who have the right to do that, the only people who have the right to take your property are the only people who have the Coming in #8, we have Karen protects her temperature. It's crazy what people will fight for. It's crazy what people will fight for. Like if you were to look at what's happening, like if you were